So I'm going to show you how to make the pastry cream. So we're going to need 2 egg yolks and 1 whole egg. And I'm just going to kind of break them up a little bit with a whisk. And then I'm just going to dump them into this bowl here. And then I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, just regular sugar. And just mix them up. Okay. Got a medium saucepan, a fairly heavy bottom one, and I'm going to turn my heat on medium. And to this I'm going to add 2 cups of whole milk, and then 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. And we're just going to stir this. You can use a spoon, but I find using a whisk, especially this kind of a French pastry whisk, because it has one wire that kind of comes up further, so it's easier to get in the corners. And this is going to help to just make sure that nothing sticks. You do not want this to scorch. If you scorch any part of this, your entire pastry cream is done. It will just, there's no fixing it. So it'll take a few minutes for that to come up to a boil, but I'm just keeping it on a medium heat. And we've got our eggs and our sugar. And to the eggs and sugar, I'm going to go ahead and add 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch. That will be our thickening agent. Alright, so our milk and sugar has come to a boil, so we're going to shut that off. And then we are going to take some of this and we are going to slowly, I'm just going to swap whisks here. And we are going to slowly drizzle a little bit of this in here. We want to go really slow because we don't want to instantly curdle our eggs. So we're just tempering this, slowly warming it up. And at this point, I can go a little faster because we pretty much got them tempered. So, all right, now we're just going to take this and we're going to dump it back into our saucepan. There we go. And we're just going to put this back on and about a medium low, maybe just slightly closer to medium. And you don't need to like whisk it, you really just kind of just stirring, just keeping it moving so that it doesn't stick. And we're just going to let this go until it comes back up to a boil, which shouldn't take too long. And then when it thickens. You can tell when it's starting to heat back up because you can feel it getting a little bit thicker, especially on the bottom. So just keep moving. If you feel like you need to turn it down just a little bit, you can do that. You don't want to take it all the way to low because it'll take forever. But you can adjust your heat and see it's really starting to thicken up now. Here we go. All right. When it goes really fast. I'm just going to pick it up off the heat. All right, I'm going to turn the heat off. And now I'm just going to whisk it really good just to try to make sure there are no lumps. There we go. Now at this point we're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter, and I just cubed up my butter there. Just dump it in. Mine's almost room temperature. If it's really cold, then you definitely want to cube it up just so it melts faster. And then we're also going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Just going to mix it in here. Next step, we're just going to dump this into a container. This container has a lid that will fit on it. So just into a glass container here. And we're going to take some plastic wrap and we are just going to fit that in there, and you want to just smush it down till it touches. You do this so it doesn't have that air. If it gets air on it, then it's going to develop kind of a skin over the top, so you want to eliminate that. So I'm going to let this set out for probably ½ hour just to really cool down. Then I'll put the lid on it and put it in the refrigerator, and I'm going to leave mine overnight. You're going to want your pastry cream completely cooled, so it's going to take several hours in the fridge to do that. So I'm going to put mine in overnight and then it'll be ready to use.